exciting fight. Protect yourself all the time and follow my commands on the time. Clear? Touch your gloves. Good luck.
So we now have our second bout. This is for the WBC International Flyweight Championship. We're going 8 rounds.
Albert Francisco, and he's wearing the black gloves against Macado, wearing the red gloves. It's for the vacant WBC International Silver Flyweight Championship. Both these fighters have tasted 1 defeat in their careers. Albert Francisco 14-1 with 10 knockouts. Ramel Macado Jr. 10 wins with 1 loss and 5 knockouts. Francisco fighting out of the Johnny Alorde boxing stable of Sucar Parañaque, while Macado is from the RJP Boxing Promotions of General Santos City. They call Macado the Sharp. Let's see whether he can. Yeah, let's see whether he can show some sharpness here against Francisco.
Boy, both of them.
Yeah, both
good
of them
exchange in the middle here.
Macado seems to be getting the better of the exchanges. He's longer, he's more active. He's got that right jab. And here's Francisco coming back.
Sizing up round for these two individuals.
Francisco attacking the head. Macado throwing punches to the side of the body. One thing about Francisco is that he has gone down in some fights, but he has gotten up to win. And in particular, that fight against Mark Viceles in 2024, he went down in round number 5. He actually lost that fight. But in that fight against Marco Antonio, he went down in round number 1, but he got up to win. That was in Pasig in 2024. Body shot once more coming from Macado. That's what you've noticed. It's a different target for both these fighters. Macado's going to the body, Francisco's going to the head. Our Mexican referee, our guest referee, Cesar Castañon, and that's because this is a WBC sanctioned for.
Well, we've got a stack card here for you. As we mentioned at the top of the coverage, 13 bouts. This is only fight number 2.
Very quick on the attack is Francisco, but Macado going to the body and then up the stairs now to the head. Francisco not getting his rhythm because he's being tied up by Macado as he comes forward.
Well, Macado's been engaging first here, Canito. A bit of wrestling here from both these individuals, and they get a warning as we enter the final seconds of round number 1.
And this style of Macado of punching and then holding is throwing away any kind of momentum for Francisco. He's got to figure out a way to stop that from happening. He's getting tied up, and he's not able to throw any punches, any meaningful punches. I think maybe Francisco should take a couple of steps back before Macado can hold him. Take a look at these punches from Macado. The right hand to the body. Those are doing it. That time, a shot to the head.
Well, so far proving to be a little bit more accurate here, Canito, is Macado.
I thought Macado won that round. Francisco just has to get his momentum going. I don't think he found too much rhythm in that round number 1. There's Albert Francisco. Remember, he's got 10 knockouts in 14 wins, so this guy is a big puncher. Round number 2.
Well, you like the fact that Francisco now is trying to be the aggressor.
Yes. He wants to take the initiative.
Continues to be the aggressor here.
Francisco now connecting with some combinations. Macado's countering. Shot to the body once more by Mercado. That's his target, the midsection.
Yes, solid connection once again by Mercado, as you said.
That rocked the head back of Francisco.
Looked like he was just playing possum in the first 30 seconds of round number 2. And now he's picked up the action once again.
But Francisco is charging in. He's getting tagged, but he's clearly the aggressor in round number 2.
But the more accurate of the two has been Mercado here so far, at least in these first 2 rounds. Again, he connects.
Referee Castañon gesturing to keep their blows above the belt line.
Again, a connection by Mercado. 1-2.
Now, even if this is a championship match sanctioned by the WBC, we are scheduled for 8 in the flyweight division. Some uppercuts thrown there by Mercado.
And he connects once again with the left. Talking about Mercado. He's been so precise with his shots.
And the big difference here, Anthony, is that Mercado has been able to launch. I think that's important, how you're able to launch your punches, while Francisco having a difficult time putting his punches together. He started out aggressively in this round, not able to stem the tide here. As Mercado very accurate with his right jab and then the punch to the body.
And he connects once again on the left. This has been Mercado's round once again. After his first 3 seconds. Francisco connects though.
That's a big left hand coming from Francisco. It might have hurt Mercado with a big left hand. And as we mentioned, this guy's got power.
Here.
And what's going on? A little bit of confusion there. The round is ended.
And the referee is actually talking to the judges here.
Well, he's just getting the scorecards, but he did wave off the round after the 10-second clapper. I guess everybody got excited because of the action inside that ring. But referee Castañon kept his wits together. That was a big left hand coming from Mercado. But there was that left, also by Francisco.
One of the few punches that landed here late
But
in round number 2.
Certainly got the attention of Mercado as he tries to fight back. There's the right hand coming from Mercado.
Francisco's absorbed so much punishment here. As we enter round number 3, scheduled for 8.
I think the key here is for Francisco to beat Mercado to the punch. But the way things are going, it is Mercado who's able to establish his point of attack early, before Francisco does. And again, his ability to launch is making it a little easier for him to connect. But here's Francisco. He probably feels he's behind on points. Look at the way he's charging in at Mercado.
Francisco's got to pick up the pace. He's definitely down on points here after 2 rounds.
Mercado still throwing that right jab very accurately. The one thing about Francisco is that he is a great finisher. And you remember what happened in that fight against Nalugdog last July when he scored a TKO round to win the Philippine Flyweight Championship.
So you know, Kinito, he can go the distance. Still a lot of gas in that tank of his, but again, he's absorbed so much punishment here in the first 2 rounds. Oh, Nico Elorde there.
Nico Elorde is here with his family, and as we mentioned, Francisco fighting out of the Johnny Elorde stable. Johnny Elorde is the father of Nico Elorde, former PBA player, and now an NPBL player.
And again, getting the better of that exchange is Makado.
Makado is certainly a lot busier. Throwing a lot more punches, yeah.
Exactly, has taken a lot of punches here. A lot of punishment early. And we're only in round number 3.
Makado's clearly the volume puncher. Throwing a lot of punches. Now Francisco trying to fight back into this contest.
Final 10 seconds here of round number 3. And again, Makado connects with that right.
End of round number 3. It's been a good one so far. Makado getting the measure here of Albert Francisco. Coming into this fight, Francisco was favored. He is the reigning Philippine flyweight champion. Francisco's cornerman, Dennis Laurente, former Oriental lightweight champion, and Makado's cornerman, Bill Plaza. Action from round number 3. Left hand scored, and then the body shot by Makado right at the belt line. And then a counter body shot coming from Francisco, but he got smacked with the right hand by Makado. What we've noticed about Makado is that if he gets hit by Francisco, he wants to be able to retaliate immediately.
Well, so far unofficially, he is ahead after 3 rounds. Trying to be a little bit more aggressive here is Francisco. He needs to really take the fight to Makado.
That right jab of Makado is bothering Francisco. Right from the start, right from the onset. Again, that right jab of Makado connecting, but Francisco throwing that right hand himself, and he connected. What Francisco doesn't have here is a consistent right jab, and that's a weapon of choice of Makado. That right jab has been bothering Francisco no end.
Well, Francisco looks like he's trying to pick up the pace, but he absorbs another right from Makado.
Some good shots here connected by Makado. I think Francisco should show a little bit more patience. He's got to set up his punches. He's looking to knock out Makado with his big right hand. Even if he's a southpaw, he depends on that right hand a lot. But without that right jab setting up his left, or that right hand connecting with a power shot, it's been difficult here for Francisco to get any kind of mileage against Makado.
Now Francisco trying to push the pace. He needs to. He's just trying to push here, Kenito, more than anything else, not punching.
Here's Makado. Just not giving Francisco an inch of an advantage.
For a while there, it looked like Makado was just trying to coast, but then suddenly picked up the pace as well.
Well, you notice that he's not as active in this round as in the previous rounds. So could be Francisco is loading up here as we go to the middle rounds, while Makado needs to be able to make sure that he has enough gas in his tank to last the long haul.
Halfway done here so far, Kenito.
A lot of punches being thrown.
But again, as we're going to see in the replay, the more accurate of the two has been Makado.
And the more consistent of the two. And Makado's been able to throw that right jab with a lot of authority. There's a right hand scored by Makado. And then that jab. Watch once more. The left hand and then the right. Right at the top of the head of Francisco. Scored by Makado. Scheduled for 8 in this fight as we see some of our friends. That's Penelope De Guzman, who's going to be helping us with some courtside interviews later on in the coverage.
Slowly but surely, more of the boxing fans are filling in here to the Big Dome as we enter round number 5, scheduled for 8, our second bout of the afternoon.
Now here's when Francisco needs to pick up the pace. Francisco's trying to turn this into a slugfest. So no need to throw that jab. Francisco's just going for the big punches from close distance.
Not too much action here.
Getting a warning from referee Castañon is Makado for holding on to the arm of Francisco. That's an uppercut scored by Makado. Francisco's turning this into a toe-to-toe contest.
Is that a good thing, Kenito? Because right now, he's always getting the short end of the stick.
Well, it takes away the jab of Makado, that's for sure, because now Makado doesn't have the distance to throw that right jab because he's being crowded by Francisco. So that's one way to neutralize that right jab, which has been a big weapon for Makado. Now, the other thing, once Francisco's close to Makado, he's got to be able to throw punches that connect. It's not enough that he comes charging in. He's got to throw and connect. He's got to land.
But Francisco trying to go to the body here. But absorb some punishment once again from Makado.
But as in the previous round, Makado's not as busy in this round. He's tapered off a little bit. So even that right uppercut that he just threw very noticeably has lacked power. I think his mouth is also a little open, showing that he's gasping for breath. This could be an advantage here for Francisco. As we said, this guy is a good closer. He's a good finisher.
Well, he needs to be able to pour it on here in the final rounds. He is behind in this fight.
Makado standing his ground. He's still throwing punches. See Makado bringing down both his arms, trying to catch his breath.
That's the end of round number 5. Let's see what these two fighters have in just a bit. But as you notice, it looks like Makado has been slowing down. Wasn't as active in round number 5.
And look at Makado, he's gasping for breath in his corner. Well, he's certainly thrown a lot of punches. So maybe his energy might be ebbing. At that time, a nice right uppercut sneaked in by Makado.
Judge A scored it 39-37. Judge B scored it 39-37. And Judge C scored it the same 39-37.
Yeah, but okay, in favor of Makado.
That's
So,
expected.
yeah, under the WBC rules, after in a championship fight, after 4 rounds, you have the liberty of announcing the judges' scorecards. So after another 4 rounds, or at the end of the 8th round, you announce it again. That's if you have a 12-round fight. Now, if you schedule only for 8, you only make the announcement once. At the end of the 8 rounds, the final verdict will declare the winner. Here's Makado.
So we had it right, Kinito. Makado is in the lead here, only losing 1 round.
A nice left hand connected there by Francisco. Makado still trying to throw that right jab that has been a big thing for him in this fight. Francisco needs to just pour it on. Show that he's got a lot more energy and intensity left than Makado.
Oh, he's going to eat the right though. Makado once again connecting. Wanted to get this round to increase his lead in the fight. This is round 6. A connection there though from Francisco.
The left hand and then the right hand from Francisco. As you see, Makado's a little bit rubbery legged at this stage. I think he's losing steam. And Francisco, as we said, he's a big closer. This is his opportunity. Francisco has the opportunity to turn the tables on Makado.
You can see, Kinito, Makado is connecting, but there's no sting on the punches.
That's right. You can see that he's tired. And Francisco, his stamina is going to carry him to a big finish. Here he is. He's connecting with some big shots here against Makado.
As Francisco realized that there is no more power behind the punches of Makado, and so he's becoming a little bit more daring.
Makado's trying to fight back. Makado's power ebbing a little bit here. He throws a right hand still, but Francisco is just relentless right now. You see that Makado's also going to delaying tactics, trying to get some rest, like what he's doing right now.
Under 15 seconds here in round number 6. Just no more power behind those punches from Makado.
And for Francisco, he needs a clean target. Makado is not giving him a clean target. End of round number 6, 2 more rounds to go. There's Makado being attended to by his cornermen. 3 of them talking to him, telling him to hold on. There's that left hand connected by Makado. And then the right hand. And then the counter left hand connected by Francisco.
But you can see, Kinito, the much more telling blows right now, at least in that last round, have come from Francisco.
That's right. But Makado is certainly not backing off.
Round number 7 coming up here. Scheduled for just 2 more before we have the champion.
Makado now using the ring, the space in the ring to move away. And he got tagged that time. Here's Francisco coming inside. Will Makado have the legs to last this fight or even this round?
He's on rubbery legs right now, Francisco, pushing the pace.
Francisco may still be behind on points. He needs a big round here. He needs to put Makado down to pick up a 10-8 round or even score a knockout. Well, he's connecting cleanly now.
Yes, he is, and with a lot of power behind him, Quinito.
Very little defense here by Makado.
Makado just holding on.
Makado looks like he's ready to go.
He does look wobbly.
Very little gas in his tank left. Francisco, he's got the reputation of a big closer. Here he is in round number 7, scheduled for 8. He's going for the kill.
Francisco's got to look for separation here, Quinito, so you can unload.
Here he comes once more. He's on the attack. And Makado's holding on. Looking to rest his tired legs, his tired hands. Makado's still throwing. Not too much power behind his shots. Connected with the right hand that time.
Francisco still with that relentless pace.
There's loose tape on the right glove of Francisco. Here's Makado. Boy, this guy's got fighting heart.
Well, he is connecting, but just really no power behind those punches.
He's driving himself to get that second win.
Push.
He was pushed down, no knockdown. But you see the mouth of Makado is wide open. Here's Francisco.
Nice connection once again by Francisco.
By Francisco. Makado's ready to go. But will there be time in this round? 10 seconds coming up. The time left. There's a 10-second clapper. Here we go once more with Francisco. Makado's trying to hold on.
This has definitely been the round of Francisco.
And at the end of round number 6, Makado barely surviving that assault from Francisco. One more round. Can he hold on? This fight could be his. Unless he's knocked down or he's dropped in the last round. There's Francisco.
And it looks like he can go another 3 rounds, Quinito.
Yeah, this is so dramatic. As you see Makado throwing punches. But Francisco on the attack. And what about that big left hand? And that pushed Makado back towards the ropes. Such a dramatic fight, Anthony. You couldn't ask anything more from these fighters.
Exactly, and you can see here, final round for both these fighters. This is round number 8.
Can Francisco do it? Can he pull off a comeback victory?
Here's another big shot.
Francisco.
Just to start off the round.
Here we go. Francisco's looking for a knockout. Makado, can he hold on? Will his legs give way?
What a good start here to the round by Francisco. He knows he's got to throw all the stops right now. He's still down on points.
Francisco, look at the way he's moving around. A lot of confidence.
He's connected, and there, ready to go, is Makado.
Francisco, looking for that clean opportunity to throw the big punch. Makado just trying to keep his legs together.
He looked like he was ready to go down after absorbing that right.
There's a shot to the side of the body of Makado. Makado holding on. Once more, and he's down. They do not
That
call
was a
him
push.
knockdown. But he's slow to get up.
But
He's
it looked
slow.
like he was ready to go down as
Yeah.
well, Quinito.
Francisco Still looking for that knockout. Here's Mercado throwing a combination as Francisco came charging in.
That's going to slow the forward progress right now, Francisco, but he needs to push the pace once again.
Francisco
It's
has
the
to
final
go.
round.
He has to go for the home run. He's in danger of losing this fight on points because of the early lead opened by Mercado. Mercado just trying to stay alive, moving back and forth.
That really looks like it, Kenito.
Yeah.
He knows he was able to build up a big lead, but can he hold on?
A minute to go here in this fight. Francisco still looking for that big shot, the one punch that could end this fight.
Now it looks like Mercado has picked up his second win.
But there's no pressure coming from Francisco. He's got to put pressure. Now he's going side to side, is Mercado, to avoid those rushes of Francisco, but Francisco's running out of time. He's not pressuring enough. Mercado's just moving out of harm's way. Now he's smiling.
Well, because he knows he's 30 seconds away from possibly winning this one.
And I think Francisco's going to run out of time.
Mercado knows it. 10 seconds. He's just holding on here.
Mercado doing a good job of surviving this late assault by Francisco.
Well, the last 2 rounds clearly, maybe even the last 3 rounds, definitely belonged here to Francisco.
And the way things went in this fight, this could end up a draw. There is a good argument for a draw in this fight because of this late finish of Francisco. Mercado thinks he's won this fight. And let's see. Look at him. Give out a yell before the crowd and raising both his arms.
Well, with our unofficial scorecard, Kirito, the last 3 rounds were all Francisco.
Oh, yeah. And you could tell that Mercado ran out of steam down the stretch. But Francisco just couldn't find him to throw that Sunday punch, although we were on a Wednesday. Here we go. Some replay action from the previous round. That was a right hand. Mercado almost going down, but Mercado still managing to connect with that left and right combination. Gotta give it to Mercado. I thought the right jab was the perfect weapon that he chose in the early going. That set up a lot of his punches. Also, it made it difficult for Francisco to find the right opening. That right jab of Mercado stymied the momentum of Francisco.
Mercado looking very confident inside that ring. He feels he's got the victory, but again, it could go down to a really, really close count because he lost the last 3 rounds. Nice shot there of Bacosa, who was our first fight of the afternoon.
And the corner of Mercado looking very confident that he will win the WBC International Silver Flyweight Championship. And there's Albert Francisco, the reigning Philippine champion. He started too late, I thought. And he has a reputation of being a big closer, as we've said repeatedly. But Mercado might have built up too big a lead in the early stretch.
Was the charge of Francisco enough? We'll find out as we go back to the ring to Bobby Mondejar.
I would like to call up the ring WBC supervisor Isang from China to award this championship belt to the winner.
WBC Supervisor Akusa of Japan holding the green championship belt of the WBC International Silver Edition. Francisco, there's suspense in the air. Who will win this belt?
Ladies and
Here we go.
gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, we go to the scorecard. Judge Bonner scored it 76-76 to Macado Jr. Judge Tomeldan scored it 76-76 draw. It's a draw. Judge Tomeldan scored it 77-75 Albert Francisco. And Judge Abainza scored it 76-76 draw. We have a majority draw. Tabla po mga kaibigan. Draw.
A majority draw has been announced, and you know, we said it, Anthony.
Wow,
We said
coming
it.
back here strong was Francisco, because in the earlier announcement, Kinito, after 4 rounds, it was a sizable lead here for Macado.